the wild winds call. Jasper's walking, taking pictures of it all. Boots on the ground, heart in the sky, following the blazes, just a rambling guy. Through the valleys, over the hills, chasing that freedom, feeling the thrill. With every sunrise, he's finding his way, living the dream, one step a day. Trail named Jasper, walking on through, Bruce trail bound with a camera view, hiking the ridges, chasing the light. Like and subscribe.
Entrance to the hostel. You have an upstairs seating area, downstairs seating area, all church pews. This is a recycled church. Yeah, it is. Lots and lots of dishes. Dog friendly. Kitchen. 2 small refrigerators. Everything you need. Cleaning closet. Brooms, cleaning, soaps. 2 sinks. Kettle, that's my phone charging. Microwave, toaster, another microwave, 2 burners, stove, all kinds of supplies. Absolutely wonderful. It's a great hostel. Love it. I made a mistake. Yesterday when I was talking about the place, I said it was 42 English pounds. It was 32 English pounds. I made a mistake, so that was significantly better for me. 32 pounds, it's okay. That's what I paid in 2023 in Scotland, was 32 pounds. My gear, yeah, packing up. It's probably around 5:45 right now, and I'm gonna be heading on trail. I'm heading east. Talk to you in a little bit. God save the king. Leaving the hostel in Kirby Stevens. Beautiful, beautiful, picturesque little community. I don't know if you've noticed, but they're very patriotic, loyal to king and crown. The Union Jack flies proudly on lots of these buildings. Evangelical Church. Yeah, pretty interesting indeed. On this side, lots and lots of Union Jacks. Oh yeah. Local pub. Lots of cafes, fish and chip shops. 2 fish and chip shops I saw. Yeah. Beautiful community. Well, yeah. This is the Coast to Coast Trail. Wow. Interesting stores. Or should we say shops? Interesting shops. The Mulberry Bush Cafe. Yeah. Post office. King's Arms. Yet another pub. Upper Eden Visitors Center. Okay, you know what? We're going to be leaving this community. We're going to be crossing a river, and we are going to be pushing ever further east through the Yorkshire Dales. Good morning, everybody. Jasper here. Welcome. Today, you know, this happens to me. I think it's day 7. We're going to call it day 7. I don't know. I think it is. Another pub, Pennine Inn. Okay, I gotta look at the map because I know I have to make a right turn. I don't know where. Okay, we'll go. Beautiful little cottage property home for sale. Oh yeah. A sign, coast to coast. Okay. We're gonna cross a bridge, I believe. But the coast to coast goes this way. And we're heading to the 9 standards. Now that's interesting. We'll talk about that as we get there. The 9 standards are interesting. Okay. Lots of beautiful potted flowers in these homes. I'm guessing this way. Oh, there's another sign hidden by some bushes. Coast to coast path. 9 standards, 4 miles. Okay. And right here. Crossing. Oh yeah. Beautiful river. Great water source. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And you know what? If it was later, like if you were to arrive here later, you could sneak a tent in here somewhere, I bet you. I bet you could. Oh. Robin Hood's Bay, 108 miles. St. Bees, 82 miles. Okay. Okay. 108 miles. Okay, because my app, I checked it last night, it said 103 miles. But that sign says 108. Now here, I bet a guy could sneak a tent in somewhere here. Although you wouldn't want to do it in the middle of the afternoon. So, last night, well actually, sorry, this morning, early, as I was having my eggs breakfast, that I purchased some eggs from the grocery store, package of 6. I ate 3 with the bagel, and I left 3 of them for another Iker called Ryan that I'd met yesterday, and he and I both stayed at the hostel. But anyhow, I did trim the wind muff on my GoPro 8. Hopefully we won't have any issues with the lens being partially blocked by the wind muff, because you know when you're out here rainy, windy, and you're tired, and it's so difficult to just get everything right. And anyhow, I did go ahead and trim that, so hopefully we're going to have like more usable footage. And I've no idea until I get back home and get sat down in my desk and chair and load this stuff into the computer and see what kind of footage we've actually got, what kind of still images we've got, and you know, what we can do with them and so on. Today's plan, well, I have a couple of options. From where I stayed last night, at 11.5 miles, the community of Keld. Other hikers are going there. I'm not sure, I don't know if I'm going there. Well, I'm going through Keld, everybody is, but is the Ruskin tenting area or camping area. It's a commercial campground. So you pay for a tenting spot, nice facilities, which would mean a nice shower again tonight. I could do that. And after that, I'm not sure. You get to an area where the trail splits, and it can go high, it can go low. I'm going to be taking the low through, I think I'm going to call it Swale Valley or Swaledale Valley, and along the banks of the River Swale, because that's what it interests me to do, and it's going to be easier on my hip than going high. Plus, the people are telling me, local people, don't go high, simply because of the cold and the winds up there and the rain you're going to get. It's just not a good idea. So, cut a long story short, once I drop down into that valley, the first community I come to is Mooka. Well, we know about Mooka from our photography days. I haven't been there before. I'd like to pass by. And then another community further down the valley, further along the valley, called Gunnison. I think it's called Gunnison. I don't know. I don't have much information on Gunnison. If there's any tenting areas there, pubs with tenting or bunk barns or hostel or anything. I have no information on Gunnison. And that would be an 18-mile day or so if I was to do that. And if I was to do Gunnison area that way, that would probably be a wild camp night, which is fine. So a lot depends on the terrain. I do know coming out of coming out of Kirby Stevens, we've had well, for the first hour, it's been pretty much one good stiff climb that we're still working on. Yorkshire Dales have these rolling fells, rolling hills, but it's much nicer underfoot, the terrain, than say the Lake District was. No doubt about that. Oh, just beautiful. You come to areas where they've got these yellow flowered bushes everywhere. If you look in the distance, you can see them on the side of the hills. So those are my options. Either one is doable. Again, I started early. If I do Ruskins, heck, I'll be there by early afternoon, which would be good. And it would give me an 11.5-mile day. And a lot of hikers do Kirby Stevens to Ruskin Camp or Keld. So we'll see. There is another opportunity of pushing on to Reeth. But if I was to push on from Kirby Stevens to Reeth, that'd be somewhere around a 23-mile day. And unless I just had a flat kind of asphalt trail like I have right this second, I don't think I've got the 23 miles in me today. No, there's a lot of climbing to do. So I'm thinking Keld 11.5 or somewhere around Gunnison at 18. If I do go to Gunnison, tomorrow's hike, another 18 miles from Gunnison, takes me to a camping barn, which would be 36, almost 37 miles actually in the 2 days. That would be great. That would be great performance for me. So, but I'd be happy with any of those options. We're just going to see how it all unfolds. And also the winds. When it comes to the wild camping, that's one of the reasons, of course, for going down in the valley. Try to be somewhat sheltered, but anyhow, just a little bit of information about what we're doing today on day 7. Basically, we don't know what we're doing. We just have options, but we don't know which one we're going to pick yet. We'll know better once we've picked one, I think. Once we get there, we'll know, okay. So we'll see. Could be Keld. That'll be fine. I'll take it. I'll take it. I think Keld, I'm not sure. Is Keld the halfway mark on this trail? It could be. Keld could be the halfway mark on the coast to coast. So, hey, that's pretty good too. Hear the birds. Oh, as soon as I say hear the birds, they stop. Well, oh, there he goes. Yeah, beautiful blossom ahead of us on the right. I think it's blossom. It's beautiful in here. And another thing, oh, holly. Beautiful holly in there. You see that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the whole thing. Big holly tree. Oh my goodness. Haven't seen that since I was a kid, not like that anyhow. Oh, look at the beautiful view. Mountains in the distance. And another thing, today, it says it may not rain. Yeah, now it is going to rain later, but maybe, you know, at camp time type of thing, 6 o'clock-ish maybe. So today might be a nice hiking day for a change. Might be. And it's breezy, but the winds aren't strong right now. So that's also a plus, because we've been climbing for an hour, so I don't know what our elevation is, but we're up there. And the wind is barely more than a breeze. Just little bits of gusts, but really quite a pleasant morning. I guess that's what Jasper's trying to say. Rather pleasant morning. Let's look at that rain right behind me. Winds have picked up, awfully grey, looking very, very, very menacing. Ahead of me, well, the sun is trying to poke through, although it doesn't appear to be doing a great job at it. We're approaching 9 standards. You may see them in the distance. That's quite an interesting story behind the 9 standards. We've made it to the 9 standards, and I am hiding behind this one because the wind is crazy. Absolutely crazy. It changed as we got higher. It just became harder, 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 and the rain, well, look below, look behind the 9 standards at the rain back there. Wow. So let me tell you a little story about the 9 standards. So the story behind the 9 standards is, back in the day, and I can't tell you what day, how long ago, the British military built these high up here. So just trying to find some shelter. So the invading Scots, if you will, would see these from afar and think it was a British Army military encampment, and you know, it would give them a cause for pause, if you will. So that's the story behind these 9 standards. Okay, we're way up. Wow, the Dales are all ahead of us. Let's just get to it, shall we? Here is where we have a choice. Well, three trails, each dated coast to coast, each dated May to November or May to July coast to coast route, which is the red trail, and then here the August and November coast to coast blue trail. We are required to take this trail, which is the red trail. Now, I believe that this is the actual official and original coast to coast. They split this up into 3 trails here. It's crazy windy. To preserve the peat moss. So I believe we're on the right trail for our time of year, and the original trail. Okay, I'm gonna put you away because it's nuts out here. Windy, windy. Take a look at this. Wow. It's a shelter, and it's amazing. Take a look. It's got tables, benches, maps, all kinds of things on the inside. It's actually warm in here from, I'm going to close the door behind me. Got maps of the trails and so on, benches, tables, 2 big windows, I guess, to look out, and, well, to look out. Oh my lordy above. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. You have no idea. Honestly. It's one of those cases where it's like, Jasper, go do the coast to coast trail. It'll be fun. He says, I think under the right weather conditions, this trail would be fantastic and phenomenal. Since I left St. Bees, it's been horrendous high winds, pounding rain. Now right now, the sun's shining. And yet moments ago, it was pounding rain. You may see from the grasses, the wind kind of moving things around, but truly, up to now, this has been one challenging trail. Anyhow, I'm taking a break and I'm going to warm up because this is great. I can tell from the garbage can. Well, I'm going to show you the garbage can. Lots of people. Lots of people have stopped in here, took breaks in here, have camped in here, slept in here, put their pads down and their sleeping bags, you know, their Tyvek sheets and stuff. And quite right, because this is great. Absolutely great. Okay, break time. Okay, so within literally seconds of us just speaking and saying it's sun shining now, you can hear the rain on the roof, the wind howling, and the rain just crazy. And the sheep, you hear the sheep? He wants to come in. So I've probably been in here for about an hour. Then all of a sudden, the rain just stopped again and the sun came out. So I think I'm going to carry on. It'd be sad to leave this wonderful, this absolutely wonderful shelter, but you know what they say? Sometimes you just got to leave the shelter. Do they say that? I don't know if they say that. Make sure we leave nothing behind. And we did not. No garbage, no sign we were here. Ooh, make sure we close the door properly. Lock here. And that is hard to do. Okay. Hi there, sheepy. Meh. Meh. Woo. The bugs you could see behind us where stones had been laid, and it's a horrendous bog through there where they have not been laid. I think it's the peat moss bog, I think something like that, but I don't really know. Okay, well right now we're actually under a patch of beautiful blue sky. Looks awfully ominous and grey behind me. They're just like 20 to 60-minute storms that roll through. Okay. We're doing just fine. It was nice to just take that break. Just got to get my stuff sorted here. Yeah, it was nice to take a break in that shelter. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to remember that shelter fondly. I certainly will remember that shelter fondly. In fact, you know what? In fact, I will take a picture of that shelter because it's just one of those pictures. It's one of those things I want to remember. Okay, I'm going to switch you guys to camera mode. Sorry. Lunch, an absolutely beautiful bacon sandwich, hot milky coffee. Hey, Jasper is in heaven right now. I'm not sure. I don't know. In fact, I don't have a clue if this is the river swell. I have made it to Keld on the Coast to Coast Trail. A short day, 11.5 miles. Went through some high rain, high winds, heavy rain. Sun shining right now, in and out of cloud. That's okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little country setting here. Absolutely gorgeous. And it looks like further ahead, there's maybe more rapids or waterfalls. But I am at the Rankin, something like that, campgrounds. And I am here for the night. Oh yeah, rapid rivers, rapid waterfalls up there. We'll check that out later. So I'm here for the night. It's £10 if you're a coast-to-coast walker. If you're not, it's £12. They have a really nice little snack bar, and I had a coffee and a bacon sandwich. And I think once I get all my tent and stuff settled up and sorted, I might take a stroll back up there and maybe do another coffee and maybe another something. But we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll just relax by my tent. It's only, heck, it's not even 3 o'clock yet. And I have already had a coffee and a bacon sandwich up there. And I sat there for like an hour, so I've been here for quite a while, but again, a short day. But that's okay. Something I've realized, I hope that screen is working properly. Anyway, something I've realized is, on this particular trail, the wild camping is hit and miss, insofar as it's miles and miles and miles and miles of moors, and totally exposed, totally and completely exposed. High winds, lots of rain, but the winds are crazy. Even down here in the valley, we're really sheltered here, but you can see the wind, the trees dancing. Now, if you go back on top of the fells to another 2,000 feet of elevation gain from here, exposed, no trees, it is wild. There's no way you could camp. So I think I'm changing my hiking practice, if you will, to adapt to this particular trail. And I'm going to do more of the camp tent sites like this one, and the hiking barns and so on, and maybe the pub idea with the tent sites, tent and camping at the pubs, to complete the remaining sections of this trail. Just because in the exposed areas it is a challenge, and you just don't want to get caught. So I think that's what my plan is. I've been hiking with another fella for the last couple of hours today. His name's Ryan. He's got a spot here too, but he's further down there. But anyhow, I'm going to set up right in here. It looks to me somebody else was set up right here because I can see the different coloration in the grass. Probably set up here last night. Yeah, we'll get set up and we'll go from there. Talk to you soon. Hello everybody. Well, yep, it is map time. Kirby Stephen is where we spent last night, in the Kirby Stephen Youth Hostel. Great place. We had a wonderful time. Enjoyed it immensely. This morning we got up bright and early, headed down the main street of Kirby Stephen, made a right turn, and off we went. Surprise, we climbed all the way out of Kirby Stephen, all the way. It did not quit. It must have been 2 hours of steady climb, and it was steep at times, all the way to what did they call that, 9 standing, something like that. That's where we saw the 9 kind of stone building type of things, which was designed to fool the Scots into thinking that was a British military base encampment. We carried on through the bogs. We finally got to a spot where we're going to choose which trail. Do we go this way, this way, this way? Depends on the time of year. For us, we went this way, May, July. We're in June. To here, picked up the main trail again, carried on. Once again, we walked right off the map. We need to find map G. Map G is next. Map G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Where is G? Here's G. I've got G. Stand by. Stand by. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Okay. We're on a roll. We are on a roll. At least we think we are. Okay. Let me see. Am I in the right place here? Yes. Okay. We walk back onto the map. Down to the community of Keld. We are camped right here at the Rookin campground. Cost 10 English pounds. They have showers, washrooms, of course, fresh running water. They have a nice little cafe, snack room bar, where I had a nice coffee and a bacon sandwich when I arrived. Ryan joined me on that. He had his bacon sandwich and his tea. He's camped at the other side of the campground. Excuse me. For a total of 11.5 miles today. Tomorrow depends on the weather. This afternoon turned out to be beautiful, sunny, mostly sunny this afternoon. It's been nice. It's about 5:30ish now, and I won't be long out of bed tonight. I'm going to make my dinner next. So today has been a challenge insofar as we had that big climb out of Kirby Stevens in the horrendous winds and just monsoon, like horizontal, sideways, pounding, relentless rain. Remember the little hut we found today? That was a real godsend, because we sat for probably, I bet you we sat in there 40-45 minutes just to kind of warm up, I think, a little bit. Had a snack or two there and carried on. Through the bogs, feet soaked in the bogs. I've got my socks and my shoes and my insoles outside drying, right mounted onto the fire pit, just to try to get some air and sunshine on them to dry a little bit. Tomorrow promises to be an exciting day. We're going to take the valley route along the River Swale through the Swaledale Valley. Our next possible place that I might think about would be Reeth, and I do believe there's tenting in that area. We'll have to check a little bit further, which I will later tonight. But I may have a big day tomorrow, depending if the weather's not bad. If it was like this afternoon, if it was a nice day tomorrow, I might push her through to Richmond. That would give me, around a 20 whatever mile day. Oh, yeah, use me. Oh, this through hiking does seem to wear me out. So yeah, everything is going great. Yeah, wow. Keld, where we are right now, is the official halfway mark. So we're halfway through the coast to coast already. Wow. Let's hope we have a nice day tomorrow. Let's hope we can log some serious miles tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I'll see you then.